Joker's good. What a kick turn.
But watch Batman trimming. Look there! A shark! What's that in his hand?
Man. I can be your hero, Jonah. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can take my breath away. I can be your dead world. Because it's Dead World, bitches.
Dead World, episode 3,
30
guys.
seconds. 30 seconds in, I get the cuss. That's my fault. That'll beep. Whatever. Welcome to the show, guys. We're here.
Welcome to the show.
We're in Dead World. It's me,
Listen.
Alvman, and my sidekick, Jonah Boy. Right? Maybe not. But we're here. We're in our superhero outfits today because we're talking about heroes today. Aren't we, Jonah?
Yeah, we're talking about heroes today, guys. And as I'm sure you know, we spoke with probably the biggest hero to come out of Los Angeles in the last 5 years.
The one and only rock hard superhero graced us with his presence, and we're gonna have that for you later on tonight. But we're gonna preface it with a really deep Dead World talk about heroes and, I guess, heroism and sidekicks like Jonah, who's my sidekick.
Yeah, I feel like
You
you're
gotta
looking
say,
more
like-
like a sidekick, dude. I feel like you don't have much of like a character. Like you just look like a fucking
No, because I'm like
kind of an idiot, dude.
I'm like
realistically.
I'm a Kingpin style, but
Mhm.
superhero Kingpin. So he's like a good guy.
Yeah, I'm.
Like, you know what I mean?
I more look like somebody that maybe Rock Hard would even
Rock
fight
hard
crime
might
with.
Rock hard might deputize you, bro. I would be more of like
You look like someone we'd stop, dude.
I would be the guy that's like in.
We'd
I'd be the
stop
guy
you
that's
from selling fake ecstasy at whatever dumbass fucking rave you find
Right.
yourself at. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that would be no. I'd be the guy that's like always in the interviews about something that happened where Rock Hard was at. I'll be like, yeah, and then Rock Hard walked by, and like I was just, I was mowing my lawn, right? Because we all got lawns, and then Rock Hard came by. I'm just like always there somehow, and you can tell because of the hat. I'm wearing the hat every time. It's like an expert witness in like, but for lawyers, but for superheroes. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I'm like, which one was the saint that watched Jesus, right, and like wrote it down? Is that all of them? That's the disciples,
or none of them.
or none of them, because he wasn't real.
No, who knows? But look, the point is, guys, we're all in on the whole Rock Hard universe.
We love him.
This week has been a wild ride as we've considered, not only what it means to be a hero, but some of the deep truths that Rock Hard surprisingly had to share with us.
Some of the deep truths that Rock Hard was able to share with us. Some Rock Hard truths, if you will. Yeah, and it's I think the best place to start, Jonah, is who's your hero?
Boy, so that's a tough question, right? Who can be a hero today?
Yeah. Did you ever watch CNN Heroes?
I didn't.
The Anderson Cooper. It was like the Anderson Cooper, like, I don't know if it was yearly or something. He would do these segments on people like that girl Malala Yousafzai that was like I think she was Iraqi. And she got like shot on a bus, but she survived and like is like an advocate for education. It was people like that. You know what I mean? Like people who are just way better people than maybe the guy with the leopard hat and his sidekick. Jonah Boy, and you have to say the Jonah Boy.
Do I
like,
have to be Jonah Boy? We didn't even talk
You
about
gotta.
that.
It's gotta be like.
You're the you
No. But
you
listen, hear me out. No, but
half-assed
hear me
the
out.
superhero thing, and
gotta
then you're
do-
handing out just a shit
You do. I like
name for
naming
me.
things. It's because I like naming.
Okay.
things.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
for
but
sure.
I imagine it saying it like a 1920s guy, like a detective, Jonah Boy, like a kind of like. Do you know what I mean? Like mid-century. It's mid-Atlantic. That's what I was looking for. The
Like
news, like a newsman accent. Jonah Boy. It's still.
I don't know if that does
All
that
right,
make
fine.
it better.
Okay, so then what's your hero name? Then what's your hero name?
My hero name?
I didn't really do good on mine either. I said like Alf Man. It makes no sense. I couldn't. I should
How
have thought of it
about
before. I should have thought of it beforehand. That's how you know this is raw broadcasting, guys. I did not think of the superhero names
yeah?
beforehand.
We invested a lot in getting this 10-minute
This
interview.
this hat was $87. Just the hat.
That's not true. Do you want to actually tell them where you got your
You wanna
hat,
tell the story?
Alvaro?
Let's
Yeah.
I
Why
found
don't
this. Listen, all right. This might be a good thing to ask for comments on if you listen. Is it gross to find a hat out in the world
Oh man.
and wash it? By the way, wash it before you ever put it on. You don't put it on at all. You have it in your hands the night that you find it, right? Let's say the night that you find it, you put it, oh, you got like big pockets, you got a hoodie, you got big pockets. You just put it in your fucking big pocket. Then you take it home, you put it immediately in the hamper, you wash it, and then you wear it. That's not, please, in the comments, if you're listening, this is early enough in the episode that maybe there's still somebody here, but, like, just tell us, is it gross? Did I do that? Is that wrong what I did? Is it so bad? I feel like it's a
dude,
certain type of heroism. I'm a hero, right?
You know what? You're right, because
Like a filth hero.
it's like an ecological
Exactly.
heroism. I
Yeah,
guess.
heroism. Sounds
It's
really
kinda-
close to hair terrorism. That's good.
That's
That'll be
kind of
good.
what you're doing, dude.
That'll be good for
When
the
you're
algorithm.
grabbing some random guy's hat and putting it right on your fucking head.
I don't understand. It's like I wash the hat and then you wash it hot. You do hot water, first of all, kills any bacteria. All right. Kills any of the bacteria. And then you dry it again, heat. Okay. Kills more stuff.
Yeah.
Put some dryer sheets with it. It's like it's new. Like, let's be so for real. Is my take. That's my take. Jonah says it's disgusting because he's like a first world, like
Yep.
a guy or
Mhm.
something.
Uh-huh.
And I guess me wanting to use a nice hat that I found is third worldism or something. Like I'm fucking Mao. It's fucking. No, he's Nietzsche. Nietzsche never picked up hats. Because he was busy getting money from his girlfriend or something. Fucking.
Listen, dude.
That's your hero. Your hero's Nietzsche, dude. See that? See how I brought that full circle?
He's the guy who came up with
the hero?
kind of the heroic.
I don't think so.
The heroic attitude, man.
Not
I don't
at
know,
all, bro.
He was
Hero
catching the wave,
stories-
bro. There's people who
Hero stories
he
are
was
prehistoric.
well, dude, he was appealing kind of to that a little bit. You know, he thought like the real heroic story wasn't this like moral tale, like it captured the deep tragedy of the human existence, and it like presented something that was like beautiful as kind of a contradiction to like the horror maybe.
Did Nietzsche?
Of
Can I
life.
ask? Can I ask? Did Nietzsche ever work like at a job or something? Did he ever have a job?
You know what? That's interesting, man, because it's like I imagine he maybe did something, but
Right?
I don't know, dude. He was taking like his dad was like a preacher type, and so But then when
How's
his
that
dad died, I
possible?
think
He wasn't Catholic. He was Protestant, I guess, because
Yeah,
they
he's
can
Protestant.
have kids. Okay.
yeah, and so he ended up getting a job at like the school at the university. Like he was made a professor, I think, at 23, which was just like incredibly young. I think he broke some kind of record or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, his classes were very successful until his first book came out, and it had like no quotes. Like there was
He
no
was just. He
there's no
didn't do like.
bibliography. There was like he just wrote this like
He was like, "This all me, straight off the dome."
honestly, dude, I liked it.
What was it? What was it called?
It was called The Birth of Tragedy.
Oh.
And that's where he like outlines his things. He says like, yeah, like we talked about this, right, man? It's like the Sophocles type stuff.
That
Is
is
like that's deep hero shit, but like the dumb political dramas or whatever.
Beautiful name for a baby girl.
What
Tragedy.
tragedy?
Beautiful name.
That's
if it didn't mean what it means.
yeah,
Well,
maybe
tragedy,
tragedy. I don't think so, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like charity or like
That's an ugly name too, dude.
or
Sorry, charities out there.
damn,
You know,
yeah, there's
I
actual
love
people
you.
named Charity, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's anybody named Tragedy. Do you know what I mean? There's not like a Tragedy Johnson or
There's
something.
probably a tragedy Johnson, dude.
You think so?
Yeah, I bet you, man.
Oh man,
People get crazy with it, bro. They, you can name your kid whatever.
I guess so. Yeah. So there's probably, you know what I mean. Jake had this thought the other day. I thought it was very appropriate. There's probably a white kid named like Kanye in America
so?
right now. You know what I mean? It's been long enough that like a super fan could have a kid and like
Name's
name him
Kanye.
Kanye.
That's sick,
Yeah.
kind of. I
Or
guess
like
I don't know. It sucks.
like
It sucks probably to be a kid
like kids
with
named
the name
Naruto and
Kanye.
shit. Like Robin Williams did that. Zelda
Yeah.
is his daughter's name.
Well, that's kind of pretty. And Zelda's like a
That's
name.
cool. Zelda's a cool name.
Naruto's.
Naruto's a
Maybe
name.
that. I don't know.
It is a name. Well, it's like fish cake. I think it means like fish cakes.
Yeah. Did you order like the little Naruto's or whatever?
Or no, that's Uzumaki is that. Uzumaki is the little. Or no, I think it might be both or neither. I don't know. Uzumaki is like a spiral, I think, and the Naruto's like a fish cake, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro, you're a fish cake, bro.
That's good. That's good.
Got your ass.
I can be your fish cake, Jonah. Right? Fish cake Jonah. That could be your superhero name.
Actually, I'm having a
Fish cake Jonah.
trouble coming up with it. I'm in all black, kinda. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like, what about like
Careful.
darky.
No, no. Beep that. Definitely beep that one.
We can't. If you bleep it, it's gonna sound worse than it is.
Man, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, dude, you really put us in a bad place there. I was like, careful.
You're worried I'm gonna be like racist somehow about it. I don't
know
projecting
why.
this whole thing onto me.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
This is my fault, I guess. All right,
Yeah,
well, we can cut
what's your racist superhero name for me, Albert? What's the thing you don't want to say that's forcing you to?
I'm not trying to. What? I don't have any racist names for you, Jonah.
Yeah, you do. All right, listen, Alvaro. What's a hero, man? Who are your heroes? God damn it. Who are your heroes, man? Who are your heroes?
That's crazy to even ask. Stevie Wonder.
It's weirdly a personal question, isn't it?
Well, it's like, what do you? I mean, it's like, what's the I feel like there's so many levels to that question that could be addressed. Where it's like I don't know. You can have a hero in multiple things. I feel like, or I don't think there's a person that's like my one hero. Do you know what I mean? For everything or something.
Yeah.
It's like this guy's my hero for that. That guy's my hero for that. And then, you're my hero for that. For being so brave. And
listen.
I
don't have to be called Darky.
You don't,
but
please.
I gotta be called something.
We won't, and you really didn't need to even say it again. You know what I mean? But you did.
Is that like an offensive term?
Great, yeah, it's not great. We shouldn't. We might cut all of that. Not the whole.
I gotta know, what is that even like?
Darky?
I could see how that's.
What do you
sounding.
Mean? What do you mean?
I could see how that's sounding bad, but it's just like I don't think I've ever even like never in like movies or videos or nothing have I ever even seen anybody call somebody.
I've seen it for sure. It happens. It's happened. It's a known term, is my point. It's not like
it's a known term?
It's a known term. It's yes.
Like Blackie.
Exactly like that. I would say identical.
That one sounds worse. That one sounds worse.
Both, it's like we no need to compare either. They're both not really doable in a sense.
So what do we do here? Do we take it from the top?
From the whole top? Maybe. Okay. I don't know. For your name, I think something about your height, maybe, because you're taller. You're like a tall guy.
Tall, dark.
You're in this like southwest, kind of a southwestern, like a Zorro. You're like Joe.
Shamsun?
You're like Joro, like Jonah Zorro. Joro.
Joro?
Joro. Yeah,
I like that. Okay.
that could be something.
What if I'm what if I'm the temptation to just say something awful is too much, you know. It's like
is.
don't do it, and then my brain's like, "Hey, man, fuck everything. You
No,
don't
it's
need
just
to
would've
actually be a
been-
person. Just be a joke."
If you went, if you went, it's because if you said darky right there, I was losing. I was like, you like paused, and then I just looked at you, and then I couldn't.
Bro, you just said the thing we stopped.
I know. We gotta do it again.
All right, god damn it.
So, all right. So, if I were to name you, probably something like you give me like Zorro energy, right? So I would say, like if you were Jonah, right? Jonah the Zorro or Joro. Okay.
Joro.
Joro, yeah.
Mhm.
That could be a good name, you know?
Joro.
Joro.
Dude, I'm just gonna call myself super gay
Okay.
and ask you another question.
All right.
about if you've ever
Heroism.
felt like a hero in your life.
Have I ever felt like a hero?
Yeah.
No. No, not really. Well, that's not true. Actually, that's not true. One time I did. I was at a show. I was at Turnstile with some people,
Turnstile.
and one of the folks we were with lost their phone,
Okay.
and it was like a really chaotic. The crowd was crazy. It's like a hardcore crowd. So it was like a push pit. You could barely breathe in the middle of the crowd. All sorts of stuff. The person's phone had an identifying thing in it. It had like a Pokemon card in it, and I like went through the crowd and asked like everybody, and I found the phone and I brought it back.
Were you just like really high? What the fuck was the inclination there?
It was like kind of ruining. I could see that the potential there for the night to be ruined for everybody a little bit. Do you know what
by
I
this
mean?
person being like, "You got my fucking phone," and just like
No. Just
or
just like the bummer of losing your phone at a concert and stuff.
yeah.
It just felt like maybe the night could go sour, and I was like, why not? I'll just try it. I'll just go try it. Fucking, we'll see. It's not like, it could just be no, but I'm gonna go try.
Yeah.
So I tried and I found it, and I did feel like a hero that specific day for sure. But
That's it, dude. Like in
there's
your
been
whole
other
life?
times. There's been other
Okay, 'cause
times.
that's kind of cool. You like found someone's phone, like actually.
I mean, what I like? That's the okay. This is a good. Well, that's a good. Maybe that's a good jumping off point for the discussion, right?
All right.
It's like, what is it exactly that we can really be heroes in actual real life? Like
So
the
is it
opportunities to be heroic in like a sense that we think of as like, to use the word heroic even usually has an extreme, like it's in and of itself talking about a pretty, like, I feel like colloquially it feels like more extreme than like anything than like a person could do in an ordinary life. Do you know what I mean?
you know? I feel like I I I just have to disagree because you know, if we're gonna talk about like somebody being a hero,
Yeah.
like okay, that seems like a little bit more than real. You know what I mean? Like the weird permanence by which just like heroes from time exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's not. That's not something that's a reality for most people, and like it's like, what are you remembering at that point? Realistically, it's like
Yeah.
what's valuable in like the story more than it is like any one person. You know what I mean? And so I if you're gonna be a hero at all, if that's something that you can like truly embody, it's got to be in like something that's like just an action, right? You know what I mean, or a series of
Well,
actions.
yeah,
You know,
I mean, yeah, heroism, you can't be a hero without the actions that make you a hero. Like, you're not just a hero. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's hard to find moments where I'm actually heroic. Like, to me, heroic is like in like an emergency or something. You're
it's
a
like
person,
saving people.
you're doing something, yeah, you're doing like something that's kind of against what an instinct would be of like a flight response, but you're doing it in a way that's like saving other people or
Yeah,
helping other people. You know what I mean? And
you know.
that's and like I think the opportunities or and I think it's a good thing
Hmm.
in a sense, you know what I mean? It shows the like relative safety of at least the parts of society I'm exposed to is like there's never like crazy situations like that require like maybe what I would think of in the standard sense as like a hero. You know what I mean? Like I know this white girl that like does business with people, and then
Hmm.
they'll be like, yeah, I'll send over that Excel, and she'll be like, you're my fucking hero. I love you. Like we'll talk later. Bye. Right? And
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, well, it's you can just throw the word around,
yeah.
but like, what does it mean to really be heroic? I guess. Rock. Well, for the spoil, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil the Rock Hard interview because he gave us some answers. He gave
Hmm.
us some answers. I think a little bit of
Yeah,
clarity into the mind of a hero, of a true
yeah.
hero, right?
And so you know what, listener, whoever you are, and I mean you
And
in
we
the
love
singular,
you. We love you. The
you,
girl reading this, we love you.
you. Um, I want you to think about a time where you've felt like you've done something heroic.
Yeah, we're a
Was it connected
ponderance.
to saving somebody,
We're a
or
self-reflection companion podcast.
was it something that you like accomplished kind of for yourself in this way, almost like inside yourself in a day-to-day thing? Like, have you been your own hero? Have you saved yourself? Does
Tell us
that
in the
count?
comments. Comment. Give us a comment. Two things in the comments for today, guys. We need if it is it filthy to pick up a hat and wash it and wear it after you've
Yes.
washed it, and when have you? What's it? What is a hero to you?
Yeah. I'd like to know. Or I don't even want to know. I'm not going to read it, but I want you to
But
think
no,
about it.
don't. Why would you say that? Why
Alvaro's
would
going
you
to
say
read
that?
it.
I'm gonna read it.
Alvaro's going
I'm
to
for
read it.
sure gonna read it.
Yeah.
At this level, we can't afford to not be reading comments, guys. So just know, anything you put down there, I'm gonna see it, and
Listen, viewer,
I'm gonna look at it.
you're starting to get this uppity attitude that I don't like, so I'm already kind of pissed.
It's
Maybe I don't. Maybe we don't need you.
it's episode
Maybe
3, I think. This is
we're
3.
just fine.
This is 3, man.
Maybe it's getting super hard
Hey
to
though,
fucking make this bullshit for you, listener.
it's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks.
No,
This
I'm
is
just kidding. No, it's all love. This is a blast.
it's all Jonah's
Clearly,
having
look
a
at me.
I am the sidekick, guys. I want you to know. I know I called Jonah the sidekick, but it's really me that's the sidekick.
Outrageous.
He's just
No,
wearing a sidekick outfit for some
listen.
reason. It's because we're
You're
tricking the
the
villain. We're
you're the
tricking the villains.
terrorist. You're the
The
terrorist,
terrorist,
and
yeah.
I'm gay boy. All right.
I like heroist, heroist, and Hona. How about Hona? Like you're a hoe,
Hona.
ho Jonah. Or
I
how about
just
that ho Jonah? You're that ho Jonah.
I just something that's has something to do with dark.
Like
Or
darkness, like the
or
darkness
black.
surrounding, like the darkness within you. You're like black. You're like
Ebony.
No. You're like what's the obsidian? You're the obsidian blonde.
The obsidian absurdity.
You're obsidian blonde. Or like obsidian You're obsidian white, dude. What? That's kind of fire though, because it's black and white.
Obsidian white.
My baby, it don't matter if you're obsidian white. Right?
Yeah, that's it. No,
You're
I like it,
obsidian
dude.
white. Obsidian
Yeah.
white is fire, dude.
Dude, I feel like the times I've really earned that title,
Mm-hmm. Of Hero or of Obsidian White?
Well, now they're one and the same, right? It's like who
Right.
I am, and then it's
Yeah.
also the achievement of the hero that I hope to become now.
Sure.
Dress for the job you want.
That's right. And that's what we're here for. That's what I'm dressed like a superhero, clearly, guys, right? I'm superhero. Right? That's what I'm dressed like. And you're dressed like a superhero for sure. Definitely yours looks more like one. But and this is all for our video, by the way. This is all for our video viewers.
Oh,
Not even listeners. So our viewers will see this. And if you're listening, just take a quick peek at the screen. Just take a quick peek at the screen.
Yeah,
If you don't have
yeah.
YouTube Plus, you can probably just look at the screen because you can't lock your phone with the YouTube playing. But
Yeah, let's
just a
insult
little
the
tech corner, the
let's
Dead World
insult
tech.
the platform.
Oh yeah, YouTube's listening, dude. It's
They're
not
the only, they're the only one, dude.
it's just it's just like
them,
one
yeah,
guy
yeah.
at standards and practices like well, like they're like the costumes are bad, but we can't really take them off YouTube because of that. No.
What does he really sound like though, Alvaro?
Who? Obsidian White?
The guy doing content moderation for YouTube. What does he really sound like?
Oh, like well, the costumes are not they're bad, but I can't kick them out for that. Right? Something like that.
That sounds a lot like this guy who ended up crashing our interview.
I don't know. Is that what happened? I don't really. You should shut up. Shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. And stop talking about it. Wait. Give the viewers something to look forward to, man. It's
Oh, you're right.
yeah. Maybe.
No, you're right. You're right.
We had stuff. Some stuff went down with the interview, guys, and it wasn't. It wasn't like a standard kind of interview. We were having a good talk with Rock Hard, the superhero. With Rock Hard, Los Angeles is one superhero. And we had an unexpected visitor, but we'll let you guys get.
We're gonna cut all of it. I want to blindside these.
We're gonna blindside. Okay,
assholes.
so then we cut. Where did we stop? Okay, well, there's probably a good place to stop right there. Let's just keep going, starting like right. I don't know.
All right,
and we're back. I like
Listen.
like that when shows do that. They're like, and we're back. It's like a podcast. You can't even.
And we're back.
From what? Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
It's us again.
You know from what? Listen, so being a hero, guys.
We were fighting crime.
I wish, dude. I'm
fighting
like
crime.
I'm like too much of a pussy. That's That's realistically why I have an obsession with Rock Hard. Because look, he's not out there looking for like the crazy shit, bro. He's not looking for the fights.
Very normal stuff.
He does seem like he just wants to help, but like he's not exactly saying no to that. He's not exactly, avoiding that as a realistic danger, right?
It looks like Rock Hard hasn't been actively an impediment to any law enforcement activity or anything like that.
And
he's helped clean up some car wrecks, and I think that's good. Someone should be doing that, and if he's doing it for content, whatever, I think it's fine. I love it because the costume's great. Okay, sorry.
I'm waiting for really what I'm waiting for is his biggest enemy to arrive. You know
like
what that
a
is?
Real nemesis. Flaccid?
No. None of these cartoon character guys. I'm talking about 6, 17-year-old kids.
Oh, to like assault him, like
who just want to kick his ass because he
get
looks
like robbed. You think Rock Hard's gonna get robbed? Well, he always has at least one other guy with him.
I mean, haven't you seen those videos of just like young dudes going around punching people in the head?
Yeah, but he's got the mask.
You're right, and it is made out of vibranium.
It's made out of something, a mirror at least of some sort. It's very reflective, but
yeah. I wonder if there's we should have done a bigger deep dive maybe into if there's any heroes who have got caught up in the shit, man. I want to know if these guys have caught some bullets. I want to know if they've ended up in jail. If anybody's actually pressed real vigilante charges against heroes.
Here's the thing: is I saw that there's I don't know what I was doing. I was kind of stalking Rock Hard's page, and I was looking at other people's.
Were you?
I was. because for research for our interview, so I could be educated
Mhm.
and versed on our guest.
Right.
But there's like there's other guys doing this in other cities. There's a Seattle guy. There's a dude in
Yeah. Oh,
Seattle.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I forget what it's like, War Pigeon or something. I forget what the Seattle guy's
Or
name
Pigeon's
is.
a sick name, dude.
But it's like there are just content creator superheroes. I think if you look on the Minecraft Steve page, maybe I
Ooh.
think if you look at it, Minecraft Steve has the most followers out of any of them. He's got like 80 something K. And today they announced they're not
Minecraft
even friends anymore.
Steve?
Yeah, dude, his sidekick, Rock Hard sidekick.
Not
Well, not
anymore.
anymore. Not
Well,
anymore.
honestly, man, I never really saw. Look, I bring the hate. I never saw Minecraft Steve ever save anybody. He
He wasn't
really,
really doing the
realistically, he was like a
same.
liability.
It
Like he
wasn't
was
like the
like a
same
target for
level.
those that would
Mhm.
undo Rock Hard. You know?
Sure, yeah. So you think he was just like sort of a weakness? He was kind of like his Mary Jane, sort of like his Aunt May, his
No, no, no. He was more like a Scrappy Doo.
Lois Lane, Scrappy Doo. You
Yeah.
think Minecraft Steve like from the second movie? Wait, is that the one? Are you talking about like live action Scrappy,
You
where he's
know,
like
I
evil?
mean, that's only continuance of the
That's the only
deep,
valid
deep
Scooby
canon
Doo.
of
Okay,
Scrappy
is that
Doo.
that's the only one you acknowledge is the live actions?
Well, there's no incongruence with what had been set up in the cartoon at that point.
Is Scrappy evil in the cartoons too? Really?
He's a little pain in the ass.
Does he'll set up his own little mysteries for them and he'll be like, "It was me. Ha ha ha, Scrappy
It's
Doo."
it's not like that exactly,
Okay.
but you know, he often sort of you know, and ends up kind of like confusing what would otherwise be a pretty straightforward man
Yeah.
under the mask type episode. You know
Did
what
you
I
ever
mean?
watch I think it was What's New Scooby Doo? And
I fell off after that high peak of the like
yeah.
2001 live
Oh yeah.
action Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
never
but
really
like
watched after that. Yeah.
dude, the Scooby Doo animated movies are fantastic. Are you kidding?
You know,
The Cyber Chase, the Zombie Island.
I had the video game of the Cyber Chase one, man. That one was
Yeah.
sick. The
Yeah.
one with the like rock and roll like goth chicks or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like vampires or something, I think.
Yes, 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 yes. That's a good one. I
That
think
one
it's
was
like
sick. Yeah.
there's one with aliens too. No, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just naming Scooby Doo movies. That's the
Scooby
podcast. Dead World, guys, where we name
Scooby
Scooby
Dead
Doo
World.
movies.
Yeah.
Scooby Dead World. No, but in one of the shows there was a character called Red Herring.
Red herring.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And it was like I didn't know it then that Red Herring was like a plot device. I just thought that was his name. And then
Uh-huh.
later I learned what a red herring was, like in fiction or whatever.
I think
And
it's
I
like
was like,
isn't it like a logical fallacy?
a red herring's like a fake, it's the fake villain. It's like a distraction.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, right.
And so yeah, he was like, it was always they always suspected him at first, and then it was never him, because his literal name as a character was Red Herring. So that's just your Scooby Doo fun fact corner for the Dead World podcast for the one time, guys.
I'm gonna drop some hard Scooby Doo sound
Yeah.
bites right in this, dude.
Yeah, it's episode 3, and we're running on all cylinders
Yeah,
with
it's
topics
getting fun.
and
Mhm.
conversations. All right, and we're talking about heroes and Scooby Doo. I mean, if Scooby Doo's not a hero, who's a fucking hero? All right, comment down below, guys. If Scooby Doo's not a hero, who's a hero? Right?
Dude, give me your best Scooby Doo right now. Drop it.
Right? Right into the eating so many mushrooms. Right?
That's too good, dude. Yeah, excellent.
You're visiting the red world.
Yeah. Okay, sick.
I'll be fucking with Scooby Doo, bro. Come on. Who do you think you're talking to? I was just telling you about a fucking esoteric Scooby Doo character off of like a Nick Jr. show or something.
You know, it's funny the stuff that your brain will just hang on to. You know, like forever. You know, and it's like,
Ever.
yeah, and it gets like
Forever.
increasingly less relatable as time goes on.
It makes no sense. And it's
So,
like
yeah.
I whistle there's like this Assassin's Creed game where you can whistle to like bring guys over.
Mm-hmm.
to assassinate them.
Yeah.
And I remember the exact pattern of the whistles, and I do it all the time, just out loud in
Yeah.
different parts, and no one's ever gonna know what it is, like ever. It would take a very specific person to be like, "Is that from Assassin's Creed Black Flag?" Like, they would have to have played it that much and done
Mm-hmm.
that enough, and it be like a memorable thing to them, and
Yeah.
then like me be around them and
Mm-hmm.
then me do it. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's never gonna pay off, but I do it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just little things like that from like childhood where it's like it's only paying off for me.
Yeah, it's like little jingles from old commercials and shit,
Mm-hmm.
like from the car dealerships and whatever the fuck else.
100%.
Alvaro,
Oh,
I don't want us to get too
right.
off track
We're talking
because
about
this is a
heroism.
heroic
We're talking about
episode.
heroes. We're talking about heroes.
And so I want to like what are the circumstances where you just say fuck it, you mask up and you hit the streets and you try to do something about it,
Like,
you know?
what would it take in
What would it
society?
take? Yeah, well, I don't know, in your personal life, in society, what would you need to experience as a person to, move you to such like seemingly radical, maybe reasonable
Yeah.
costume heroism?
Um, to a costume, it doesn't. I don't really. I don't know, man. I think I'd have to like lose my fucking mind a little bit or something. Like,
Okay, realistically,
I
yes.
mean, this
Yeah,
is why I have so much reverence for somebody like Rock Hard, where it's like it could
hmm
never be me. I mean, and like, I mean, look, I I just don't have that much time. I'm just so busy.
Yeah.
I'm just so busy. I can't be a superhero. Like, I'm busy. I'm literally busy. So, but I guess, dude, I don't know. If I like society would have to break down and like the police don't work anymore or something. You know what I mean?
And the police work, Alvaro. You're gonna say that right now. I'm just kidding.
I
No, no,
mean,
no. I hear you, man.
no,
Yeah,
obviously,
and they work for
but money. They work for money.
someone,
They work for
whatever.
money. They work for
Yeah,
money.
no,
But
but I hear what you're saying, man. There's really no like.
life ain't no comic book. You know what I mean? It's not. That's not really how change happens. I'm not even sure how change really happens.
I
To be
mean,
honest, is
well,
it
that's
people? Is it once or over time?
it's a lot of people, a lot of times over time. I think
Yeah. And is that so? Is there a way to find like a collective heroism? Is there a way
No,
to find
well,
this is what rock hard for me is, he's like he's more than a hero. He's
he's like
he's
an
a
ideal.
message. Exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, if you look at it that way, it's like Jesus Christ is one of the heroes of humanity.
Yeah, I mean,
Same with like any prophet, any Buddha, any sort of like
well, because that's
elevated person in a religion is kind of a hero because it's an ideal.
I mean, anybody, I don't know. Some people might say that like art sort of deals with
Mm-hmm.
the ideal
Yeah. No, you're a hero.
and ideals,
You are
and so
you're a hero for drawing like naked women and stuff. Yeah.
come on, man, because here's the thing, bro, because it's like sometimes like yeah, actually, as a matter of fact,
Yeah, I am.
look, it's what art, dude. Like
Yeah.
if you do,
No,
you
you're
don't
right.
always have to
That was
save
a dig. I feel
people
like that's not
by
a dig.
lifting them out of the physical poverty they find themselves in or like the physical danger that they find themselves in. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
people find themselves in like a spiritual danger or like almost like emotional danger. And if you can inspire people or like turn them towards, what's kind of like amazing in life with
Yeah.
a piece of art, it doesn't fucking matter what the art is because that's what you know what I mean? It's like heroic to like reach out into the world and pull something that's like greater and more beautiful into it just to be enjoyed for the sake of it. You know what I mean? That's the artistic experience, bro.
Yeah.
That's heroic to me, I think.
I think I mean I think it's brave
No, it's not. Well, no, it can be it can be self-indulgent,
Okay,
man.
yeah,
It
well,
can be
yeah,
even,
it can be. Well, that's the thing. It's like art can be any of those things, and it can be all of them at the same time. And it's like something that can be self-indulgent, and it can also be inspiring to other people. But it's, you know, I mean, it's an ultimate. What do you mean? I want to go back because you said spiritual danger. What does that mean?
hmm Listen, man, I don't want to like, because you start talking about certain things that we either like lost the language to talk about, or like maybe never really developed on certain terms. But it's like, you know, someone might hear that and mistake it for some kind of like, you're going to hell if you don't repent and you have the sin in your soul
No,
and you
yeah,
don't, and that's
I
definitely
know
not
you
what I'm
don't.
trying to.
I know you don't mean it in like a really religion in that sense, but there is like it's like I
Yeah.
kind of can
Well,
see what you're getting at, but I want to hear it from
I mean,
you.
so this is the idea, right? Is like, like health is a like composite and kind of like holistic endeavor, right? And they're like parts of a person, I think, that we haven't maybe categorized so well, but they definitely don't fit into like the things that we're able to manage, at least as we understand it now,
Hmm.
which is like physical health, financial health, social health. We've included mental health into the picture, emotional health probably too. But like, if you're going to be like spiritually in danger, you can compare it to almost any sort of position where you're compromising one of those realms of health in a way, if you will, right? Where it's
Hmm.
like, is your spirit like robust and healthy? Like, does it produce fruits, and does it, you know, feel fulfilled and active, right?
Hmm.
And so, what could that kind of mean, right? To be like in danger, I guess then in that context is it's like, are you doing things that like deprive your soul of any kind of nourishment, you know? Like, do you understand where to get it from? Like, do you understand what it means to sort of like indulge in whatever this nourishment may be? Like, it's like food or something, right? It's like nobody tells you exactly like how to like eat healthy, right? Because it's just a very personal thing. But what's made available is this just like cheap bullshit that just like checks
So,
marks off a box. But it's like, if you want to eat well, you have to be in a relationship with your body where you understand what you need to eat and
mm,
like how much and at what times and whatever, right?
so you
And
would
it's like
say,
you can do have the same relationship with your spirit, I guess, in a way, without getting
s-
too woo wah with it.
yeah, you could say, so you would say that would a spiritual danger be related to some sort of a lack of something, or would it be because you could see it almost as like I could almost see it as a lack of some type of awareness of some sort, or is the awareness just a prerequisite to being aware of the thing of whatever the next thing is that constitutes
Y-
the spiritual danger? Because when I think about spiritual danger, right, it's like I think about like a whole like the idea of wholeness
mhm.
or the idea of being quote unquote healed, if you want to put it in a parlance of like I don't know, like a relationship, right? Or like people getting in
Mhm.
and out of relationships and being like, well, I'm not fully healed or something. Um, is there a spiritual, like, I guess, for like the kinds of people, those people that are like always in a relationship, and if like they're not
Mhm.
in a relationship, it's a matter of time before it's like a month or something that they're single and they're in a relationship again. Is there like a spiritual danger? Are they in some sort of spiritual danger, or is this just a lack, or is it the same? You know what I mean?
Y-
What's the
you
safety?
know,
What does spiritual safety look like?
so
Is that Jesus Christ because he's a hero?
listen, here's what I would say, dude. Like,
Christian Dead World, the number one Christian podcast on YouTube.
yeah, right. Oh my gosh.
Imagine.
Listen, so like
No, I'm leopard
it's
man.
hard to speak on anybody's specific scenario. And like
Right?
somebody who's like, just is able to connect with other people very easily, like that comes with like its own consequences, but like that itself you can't necessarily call bad or somehow spiritually deprived, but like there might be something in it that is like spiritually deprived. You know what I mean?
Mm,
There might be something in it that's like socially deprived or whatever. There might be something in it that's like emotionally deprived, right?
yeah.
And so when you're looking at like something that's like spiritually compromising, it does come from like a lack, but it could
Mm,
also be like an overindulgence, you know what I mean? To the point where it's like there's you're losing like the clarity that comes with like having like sort of like a balance, right?
mm,
Because like it's like imagine just like being so certain of like your sort of like, let's call it like your spot in heaven or something like that,
yeah.
to the point where you're just like so disconnected from any kind of earthly concerns, and you're just like really like just indulge with the fact that it's like you're saved, baby, and like it's easy peasy now, just cake, nothing, I don't need to look, and people only understood what I understood, they could be happy like me, brother. And like
Yeah.
that's like too much,
I think
right? But it's
we
like some people don't have
actually,
any of that, and
yeah.
that's
Well, we kind of talked about this before when we decided to start Dead World. Before it was called Dead World, we were talking,
hmm.
and one of our initial conversations was about like deserving things. I remember we were talking about it, and because I was bringing it up because I bring it up with people because I think about it a lot, like what it means to deserve something, and now I'm just like, okay, well, what connection can the idea of deserving things have to the sort of idea of like a spiritual danger and like and then you think about what like heroes and our heroes are in any sense a hero is someone that's providing safety, right? Like and how I said that you can be a hero in a million different ways. It's like but one of the heroes that we tend to remember are the ones that are providing some sort of safety where it's like whether it's material safety in the form of like this guy made this country stable or
Hmm.
something, or it's like a spiritual safety, like your Jesus Christ, your Buddha, your like prophet, like that
Hmm.
kind of stuff.
Well, so it's just like I guess those come down to something like saviors, right? But there's
Mm,
something about the hero that like makes it.
savior and hero are different.
I think there's like in some ways you can draw a meaningful distinction between them, right?
Rock Hard is not your savior, but
He
he is
won't
my
save you.
hero. But he is my hero.
He won't save you. Yeah, rock hard will not save you, but he will be a hero. He'll help. And
He'll
maybe
help
that's
us.
all a hero is, somebody like who helps
Someone who helps.
in any kind of way, right? Like,
Now you're talking, right? Because now you're taking this big ideal of a hero, and you're making it like a thing that's actually doable, that's sort of actionable for a normal person that's listening, right? And so far you've commented. We've needed you to comment whether it's gross that I am wearing this hat that I washed, even though I found it on the floor. I washed it, and now I'm wearing it. We need you to tell us that. We need you to tell us what being a hero means to you. What was that third one that was? It was kind of similar but a little different. Oh, if Scooby Doo's not a hero, then who is? Right?
yeah.
And now what was this one? Oh, what are you doing to help? That's the next one. How about that? That's like four questions. That's enough homework, right? For the
Guys, honestly,
comments.
helping yourself probably is not the worst place to start sometimes. I'm not trying
But
to take like the charity starts at home approach to things. But
maybe
realistically,
don't let
if
it
you're not,
finish there. Don't finish
yeah,
there.
the point
You
is
know.
to like get yourself to a point where you're very easily or at least possibly able to, I think, reach back and help other people,
You gotta
you know?
put the
Because then what's
oxygen
the point of your
mask.
strength?
100%. You put the oxygen mask on before helping others, but you don't like take the other oxygen masks and then stack them and then put them all on you So it's like there comes a point where you should probably try going helping others, but I don't really know how to distinguish when that point is personally, Jonah. Do you? Like when is it? When am I
You know,
ready?
dude, it's
Is that
just
the thing?
like here's the thing that like
What
I'm
does it mean to
talking
be
about,
ready
dude.
to help somebody? Like what is it
It's
like?
man, it's like if you're like spiritually healthy, bro, like if you just feel it in your chest, man. It's like you're like receptive to like the
I would
moments
argue.
where and you just find yourself in the place where it's like somebody needs help somehow, some little way. And if you're bold enough to like maybe even embarrass yourself just a little bit trying to help, you might actually help. And however awkward it may be, or however awesome it may be, it's like you were just there and ready for it. And it's never going to be like, today I'm going to do good, right? It's like, I am good. And
Mm-hmm.
when I
You
have
don't
a
do good,
chance,
you
I'm going
are
to show
good.
you,
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
That has to be the mentality, I think,
yeah.
right?
I would go not I don't know about further, but I would go and say even that there is something to be said about helping yourself first and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I do think that if you do feel sort of spiritually in danger or like not whole or something or some sort of dissatisfaction, like the first thing to do is try and help somebody because honestly, sometimes the best thing you could do to help yourself is to stop thinking about yourself so much and stop thinking about your own problems and stuff in a sense. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're helping yourself by helping others, by moving your mind out of the space of the constant self examination that you subject yourself to. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, include myself included, where it's like you'll just let you think that thinking about something or thinking about doing something is like enough in a sense, or you
Hmm.
just can't stop thinking about like whatever's wrong with you or something. Like if you find yourself in one of those like thought patterns of like being so sucked in your own life and like kind of woe is me, the best thing you could do is go and just like help someone for like a day or something. Like help someone move, help your friend move, or
You
like
know, Alvaro, it's
walk a
just like
dog.
I hate to always be contradicting yo ass.
No, that's great. It's the dialectic,
But dude,
bitch.
it's just like I feel like that's fucking avoidant, man.
Well,
Realistically,
no,
it's like
okay.
avoidant,
There's an element.
and to
There's an
me,
element.
it's like you need to you need to face the facts. You need to
I
either
think
stop
we're
lying to yourself
talking.
and whatever the thing is that you're like too chicken to maybe like say out loud, and so you just keep it as this like vague thought in your head. It's like
No, I think.
just face it and then
I think it's
fight it and
like.
overcome it and then get ready because you're not going to be able to help anybody if you're always waiting for the moment you feel like shit about yourself because that's it's hard to move
Oh, I'm not
in that
saying
moment,
that. I'm not necessarily saying that at all. I'm saying like it has helped me get out of ruts before, and I'm also saying like I'm not saying that it's like
Rut row.
right, right. Shit, that's good. Row. No, but row is what. Reggie. No, but it's. I'm not saying we might be kind of talking about different things because it's like I'm not saying that you have to feel like shit to help somebody. I'm just saying that it's like a way to get out, a way that'll help you get out of it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not it's not to say that you're not avoiding this thing. If anything, it's like you're just so in your head about something that it's no longer producing productive
Mm-hmm.
thought patterns or behaviors. And at that
Yeah.
point, like there has to be ways to break out of that. And to me, a
Yeah.
way is to kind of remove yourself from the equation for a little bit and just be of service to a different thing and just think
Mm-hmm.
about that and think about like your contribution to that. And that's kind
Well,
of the
yeah, at
extent
that
of
point, I
like
feel like that's definitely something that's kind of helpful. But I know that like a lot of people, um, they instead of like dealing with their own shit, like they just find other people's stuff to like
for sure.
focus on and fix and whatever. And
Yeah.
it's like that doesn't get you anywhere, and that's not actually helping anybody because like most of the people that will let you just like be their mommy or daddy or whatever
Yeah.
are like fucked up and they need more help than you can give them.
Well,
So
that's the but here's the thing, right? Jonah is actually I think probably my heroes are my parents, right? And I think not everybody has like that kind of like situation because
hmm
it's like yeah, my parents are humans also. Like it's not that I like do it like that, idolize them like that, but like seeing what it takes to be a parent to me is like crazy and heroic. I'm like almost 30. I'm like still can't even fucking imagine having a child, right? And it's like to an extent that's kind of what makes everybody heroic. Like people raising
Yeah.
kids is like because everybody
You know
says
what,
like
dude? Because
you're
that's
never ready. You're not ready for
yeah.
kids, right? And that's what I mean like
And that's what's
heroism.
kind of
It's like
tragic, man. That's like the quintessential tragedy, man.
yeah,
It's like the loss of innocence, bro. We
my
see,
daughter tragedy.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
my beautiful
Right.
daughter tragedy.
But it's like, yeah, because it's just like people are gonna die, like, but we're living anyways. It's like there's
Hmm.
something,
That in itself, the indomitable human spirit, bro.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that's exactly what you're saying. It's like we're living in spite of the clear knowledge that we're gonna die.
right.
Like
And that's a
we could
very
all just
heroic
be,
effort. Yeah,
but um, yeah, it just takes it takes a lot to just be alive, guys. And we want you
hmm
to know if you're listening or you're watching, as long as you're doing your best and helping people sometimes, maybe once a week, try to
or
open
just
the
like
door for
actually,
somebody.
you can do whatever too,
Or
man.
don't, or don't,
You can just smoke weed and
or
fuck
don't.
off.
You smoke weed and fuck.
The
There's a
world's
hero.
dead, guys.
You're
I don't
my
know.
hero there too. Yeah,
You can
that's
make
right.
your own choices, bro.
It's
And it's
Dead
like if
World.
you can be happy anyway, just figure that out. And it, like don't hurt anybody, but like fuck, you can fuck your whole fucking life away. Who cares?
But just if whatever you do, you got to make sure that you stay rock hard through the whole thing.
Listen, speaking of rock hard, man, we gotta
Let's
drop this
let's go.
interview.
Let's go to the
Okay,
interview, guys. Dead World.
guys.
We'll see you next week. Enjoy rock
Wait, what
hard.
do you mean next week? Come on,
We love you.
we're not gonna give him 5 minutes to talk about what happened after Rock Hard.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Okay.
A
So
little
then
play
cut it.
by play, a little.
All right. So then splice that last part out. Be like, how about this? So without further,
Dude, you know, you switch back and forth between very casual and being like
I'm a show guy. Yeah, I know. I know.
the program will continue with
And so well, I try to find my windows. I try to find my windows, guys. And that's
yeah.
what it's all about. That's what Dead World's all about. It's
Listen,
finding your windows.
I'm getting tired of doing all the fucking editing bullshit. That's not the fun part of this at all, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
We might be keeping in all of our dumb hiccup bullshit, you
Oh,
know.
we got to take out. What part we definitely have to take out, right?
The darky part.
Yep, and that too, right there,
Ah!
right there too.
Yeah, no, I
But
got you, dude.
so boom, and we're back. But now, guys, we're going to now we're going without further fucking ado. It's our interview with Rock Hard, guys. We love you, Dead World.
Rock hard. Hey guys, welcome to Dead World. We
Welcome
got
to Dead World,
Rock
guys.
Hard on the show.
We have
Rock
Rock
Hard,
Hard.
the hero of Los Angeles, the real life hero of Los Angeles, is here on Dead World, and we're gonna ask him a couple questions today.
Mr. Hard, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, if I could just start, I'm wondering what maybe the origins of Rock Hard are in terms of, how, was there a moment that birthed Rock Hard, the superhero, that you can speak to?
Yeah, I don't have like a really cool origin story for the most part.
Yeah.
It's just I think ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to try it out to become a superhero, and I guess now
Awesome.
that I'm an adult, I just wanted to see what that actually means.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing it, the definition has become a lot different.
Yeah.
But it's been very, very fun, and it's interesting. I think I've learned a lot. You could do a lot more
Yeah.
than I thought I was capable of doing. So
Awesome. No, yeah, and so in that journey so far, what do you think? Like, is there an advice you would give to a citizen that wants to do their part to help make the world around them a better place? How can people be heroes in their own lives?
I think the biggest thing I'm learning is that trying actually matters. I feel like at a certain point,
Yeah.
someone tells you that trying isn't enough, but I don't think that's true. I I think trying is more than enough.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
if people just tried, they would get very close to success. It's a really awkward middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't feel comfortable being there. But I think trying does matter because eventually you will get to the point where you're either able to help out your community or just help out in your own life.
I
I gotta say, man, that is that's pretty deep. And it's been weeks now that you've been posting on Instagram, and I've just really had no idea like who could take it this far. We've seen your posts about this like trying that you're talking about.
we see you trying, and
Like,
it is
we see you do it.
inspirational. Yeah, absolutely. It's and I couldn't agree more. Like, it's hard to get sometimes yourself to do things, just to do it. You can think about it, but to do it is a whole other thing. And I think to really see you out there doing it has already inspired a lot of people, and I think it's going to keep inspiring people. I I wonder if the villainy, do you think the villainy will grow if there's more people like you?
I don't know. I just posted something on my Instagram about there's been either a man or a group of people cutting down trees in downtown Los Angeles.
I saw that. I did see that.
Wow.
It's messed up.
And I just posted if people had any information to let me know. And I've actually had a lot of people already DMing me information.
Yeah.
So I know that people, when I first made the Instagram, I had no idea I was going to get this big.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm starting to really see the positive effects of
Totally.
it, because I guess people want to be a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had received a lot of help so far. So I don't know if the bad is going
Yeah.
to increase.
Yeah.
But so far I've just seen the good increase.
Okay.
I think that's it is kind of incredible, right? Because like I got to be honest with you, rock hard. When I first came across your page, I mean, I was immediately locked in. I'm like a hardcore Batman guy.
He loves comic
And so
books.
like just
Yeah.
a dude getting off the streets,
Mm-hmm.
just a man, like fighting for what's right. Like I was in immediately.
It's real. It's real.
But there was this like the sort of double entendre of your name that I couldn't help but kind of chuckle at, and I'm wondering now, like, what role does the kind of humor have, maybe, in what you're doing? Is it a self-awareness? Is humor its own goodness that you're trying to put out there, or what's the deal, Rockhard?
Well, I think when we went out there the first night, I went there with one of my friends, and his name's Minecraft Steve, and he was
Yes.
dressed as a Minecraft character.
Of course.
Love Minecraft Steve.
Of course.
I, everyone was just having a good time, and everyone was laughing. I think it is a beautiful
Yeah.
thing when the joke's on you, rather than you're making fun of someone else. And I'm more than happy
Yeah.
to sort of be that platform where people can be distracted a little bit.
Totally.
Life is
Yeah.
hard, and I think having distractions is helpful.
Absolutely.
And I think if people are able to go to my page
Yeah.
and laugh or be inspired, one of the two, I do think it's good.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, man, I see it really is. It's something else. We got to thank you for doing what you're doing. I think it's really important, and what you're saying, I couldn't agree more. Even in like you being the butt of a joke, you can inspire people in that way, and in like a different way where, yeah, a distraction sometimes is nice, and it's not like a it's interesting because you're distracting people with the sense of humor, but you're also sort of pointing them in this good direction of like do good things and help other people when they're in need and enjoy yourself doing it. I think maybe people think a lot about helping people as like a chore or something, but if you can show that no, it's actually fun, it's going to create these positive effects. I think that's great.
Yeah, yeah, and people couldn't need it more today. There's too much stuff that just makes people, I think, afraid and angry, and it seems like the cure for that is community, maybe, and making people laugh. And honestly, Rock Hard, you're doing both so excellently. So
You got
far,
it all,
you
man.
know?
You got it all.
The whole, the from the fit to the sincerity of this interview, Rock Hard. Every bit of it, I'm very impressed with.
And we're gonna get Flaccid Sand off the streets. I swear to God.
Yeah. Do you want to actually make a public statement
do you
right
have anything
now?
to say to Flaccid Sand?
You know, I was on another podcast today, and they brought up a clip.
No
of
kidding.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that person.
Yeah.
They've been around for. I just don't understand what their goal is. I'm very confused on what they're trying to do. But as of right now, Flaccid Sand, or whatever, whoever that is, that person has not committed any crimes. So there's no reason for me to try to go after him. However, I have said this in the other podcast. If he does cross the line, I will have to do something.
Absolutely.
About that.
Yeah.
As you should.
Did you hear that, Flaccid Sand? Did you hear that?
Make
Flaccid
sure
Sand?
you know that you're on notice, Flaccid Sand. And he's always calling people worms. It feels like he's projecting. He's such a I feel like he's such a worm himself. But you know what, man? I don't want to
He's a reactionary.
I'm gonna keep
Just
it
a
professional.
reactionary.
I'm gonna keep it professional.
That's right. We're here to talk about
I don't
the
wanna
goodness that Rock Hard brings to the world, realistically.
Because I'm gonna get upset if I think too much about Flaccid Sand. I'm gonna get upset, and I don't want to. You know what? So, but thank you. That's a great statement. That is exactly what I would say to Flaccid Sand. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, okay. So I think, Jonah, did you have any? I think you had a couple more questions, maybe.
I'm trying to pull it up on my computer, but it's almost like something's taking it over.
Are you serious?
Oh
shit.
Hold up a second here. Something's going.
Dear listeners of the Dead World podcast,
What is this, dude?
I have
I don't know.
a message for the one Mr. So-called Rock Hard Superhero. You don't know me, Rock Hard, but I know
Who knew
you.
about this?
I've been watching you parading through the streets of Los Angeles, masquerading as a so-called bricked-up boy wonder, as it were, who can't even keep
Pretty
a hold
juvenile.
of his sidekick. Oh, Rock Hard, I am going to expose you. That is right. Erectile dysfunction is going to expose you for the fake and the fraud that you are. You see, I know beneath those tight black biker pants you call a uniform is the soft limp penis of a scared
Are you on?
boy.
Are you on public internet? What is this?
And believe me,
I don't know
there's
what's happening.
nothing that the erectile dysfunction knows better than a scared man's soft, flaccid penis.
Again with the peanut. I don't.
You'll be hearing from me, Rock Hard. You'll be hearing from me very soon.
Is that
Erectile
like a snake
dysfunction.
thing? What is?
Out.
Okay. All right. Jonah, what?
This is the most. It's just
an-
embarrassing.
I'm sorry. He's in Albuquerque. The Wi-Fi in Albuquerque is
sorry.
different. There's more hackers.
There's something going on here. Rock Hard. I'm a little bit afraid of this guy, but I'm also very sorry to maybe have accidentally introduced you to him. What, have you ever heard of this guy before?
No. I think, yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of enemies that my comment section has been warning me about.
Yeah.
But that has been probably the most popular one. It's very interesting to see that he has now come out. I'm excited to see what he looks like.
Yeah, I mean, so that seemed to be like a weird kind of takeover of Jonah's machine, and it seems like, I don't know, maybe there's something to that, like that might be part of his gimmick, but I'm sure this is not. I don't know. It doesn't feel like this is the last time we hear from that guy. So I guess we'll see if he shows face anytime soon.
Listen, it's a it's a crazy world. Some might say it's a dead world, but that's why we need guys like Rock Hard. And so, Rock Hard, this has been the best interview we've ever done.
It's been an honor and a joy, and I have nothing but support for you.
Is there any final words that you want to say to the people? Is there anything you want to inspire, really place in the hearts of the community you care about, the greater Los Angeles area?
I think I was talking to another superhero today. His name is Red Ranger. He's been doing this for 12 years, which is really crazy. He is a medic. His regular job is being a medic, and he says he's seen it all and he's been around for a while. I guess the biggest thing I've learned, again, is the whole trying matters, but I guess besides that, I think there's always a way that you could help.
Absolutely.
And I guess if you could do that in your own life, maybe even like help yourself, or help others around you, I think that's the most important thing I could say. There's always a way you could help.
Absolutely.
Rock Hard, you have a deep mind and a deep heart, and we appreciate you so much. Good luck fighting crime. Hopefully these villains, they learn their place. But until then,
keep doing
hey
the
guys,
good work.
Stay hard, stay dead. This has been Dead World.
Thank you so much.
You can follow Rock Hard at Rock Hard Superhero. Everywhere you can find him, and you can follow us at Dead World Pod. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you so much, Dead World.
Thank you. And we're back.
All right, guys. There you have it. That was our interview with Rock Hard.
I was Rock Hard, guys. We hope you liked it. We had a blast.
It was a real roller coaster getting this guy on the show and then finally talking to him. Wasn't really sure what angle we were going to be.
We weren't sure.
Hit with.
We weren't really sure if how much was serious and how much was stagecraft. And I think
generally very serious.
It answered it for me. It's the real. He's the real thing. Rock Hard is the real thing.
Yeah.
As real as it gets. You know what I mean? He's probably the realest superhero I've ever seen.
The
Batman
memed out kind of stuff, I think, is just who doesn't have a brand today?
It helps.
Right?
It helps.
Right.
Right. Exactly. Superman would have a publicist.
Yeah. And so he's the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling inspired, but honestly, Alvaro, I'm also feeling a little deflated. I don't know what it was.
It's. I think the world is heavy, and I think Rock Hard tries to kind of carry the weights of a lot of us, but it's not. It's not always enough. It's not enough for everybody. We kind of have to help each other carry the weight. And
truly,
it can be an overwhelming thing, and it can make you feel very hopeless if you try to look at it in like I'm gonna change the world today or something. You just got to kind of be like, I want to make life easier for one person today.
And sometimes that's even just got to be yourself.
You're really. Are you on like a self-care thing, Jonah? You're on like a self-care
dude,
thing?
it's just the thing that I think about, man, is it's just like everybody forgets, that they're like a person too that needs all the same love that you want to give to other people.
I'm not a person.
What I mean?
I'm a leopard man. What the fuck do leopards sound like? Is that what do they meow? Or they like
I don't know, man. They definitely don't pick up garbage from the streets, take it home. Clean it up a little bit and then
they wash
it around.
No, clean it up a little bit. You mean cycle it through a laundry cycle and then a drying cycle? Okay. I think I washed this one, by the way. Just so you know, I think I washed this twice. All right.
That just shows me that you were like pretty certain that it was disgusting.
No, I just put it back in the hamper I was like, well, I'm not wearing it yet. I'm gonna just wash it again. So is there like a time? Is there enough? If I washed it 3 times, would you wear it then?
Dude, it's just like, first off, What drugs were you on when you picked up that hat?
I
Hey.
wasn't on any drugs. I was on no drugs. I maybe
Okay.
was a little boozed up. Maybe I was a little sauce town. Maybe it was a little one of those nights. All right, a little too many cigarettes. Okay,
So you're
but
fucking loose on it, bro.
I'm a
You
little
pick up
loose
this
on it.
dumbass hat.
I see the hat. I like the hat. I pick it up. I have a big pocket. I put it in the big pocket. I take it home. I put it in. I'm like, I know I'm gonna wash it from the moment I pick it up. I don't put it on at any moment. Do you know what I mean?
It's just,
And then
dude. It's
straight to the
it's-
hamper. I'm saving. Like I'm at
You're-
least making good use of it. What? It's just gonna go in the lost and found somewhere.
You're being so reasonable to the point of disgust, right? Because it's like it is like explaining to you right now why you don't do this is explaining like why really shouldn't we poop in front of each other?
I don't
Everybody
think it's
poops,
the same thing. I don't think
you
it's
know,
the same
and
thing
it's
at all.
like
I don't think it's the same thing at all. And you know what? I would poop in front of somebody. I don't care. If I gotta poop. Hey, look, if I gotta poop and they're not letting me go to the rest, like if they're standing in front of me in the door or something, it'd have to be an extreme situation. But I'll
it'd be
do it.
a heroic dump.
A heroic
front of
shit. I
them?
will take a heroic. That's right, bravery.
Yeah.
I'll do what. I'll go where few men have gone, which is shitting in front of a person, because they won't let you use the restroom. Well, I guess that's where many preschoolers have gone.
Dude,
I'm doing
this
like
sounds,
a preschool thing.
This sounds insane, but we were talking about earlier, like
Mhm.
weird memories that just stick with you, dude.
Yeah.
I remember walking around the Barnes and Noble in the mall in Las Cruces when I was like 7 or 8,
Yeah.
and I was trying to use the bathroom, and I walked in. This guy, he forgot to close the door. He's just sitting down taking a shit. And he had the hairiest legs I'd ever seen on a person before,
Yeah.
just like a real,
Serbian.
just a furry motherfucker.
Sure.
And he was like, and he smiled at me, and then I just shut the fucking door and took off. And it's like, do I have to carry around that weird memory my whole life? Can't I just, you know what I mean?
We'll be right back. No. I think I'll give you one. How about this? I'll give you one. I
Give me a
was
weird one, dude.
I was in daycare right before pre-K, like old bro, like fresh to America. I'm talking, maybe I know some English, like
Okay.
type. Okay, I'm throwing fits if I'm not wearing full cowboy suit to the daycare. That's how I would used to be. I would have to be wearing boots and a belt and the hat and the all denim. That was me. But I just remember one time we were making Oreos out of Play-Doh and I tried eating one and it tasted like shit. But then I also, I think, kind of shit myself at daycare one time. I just remember being in the bathroom with like a pile of shit next to me. And like the smell of it. Sometimes I'll remember. Sometimes like I'll smell, like I'll take a dump and I'll smell it, and it'll smell like that one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I was. That's what was on my mind when you were talking about the whole shitting in front of people thing.
Really.
Because I wasn't in front of people. I was in the bathroom, but it was
Yeah.
sort of
It's
I'm not
crazy,
actually-
man.
I'm not
We're all
actually
just
sure if
walking
it-
around like this, aren't we? Just like
I'm not
weird
sure if it
little
even
vessels of
happened.
bullshit.
It's such a vague and distant memory that I'm like not even sure it happened. But it
Yeah.
feels like I can kind of feel it in my bones. That definitely happened. I was for sure next to like a thing of shit. And it was probably not that much, but like I was tinier.
Yeah.
So it looked like a lot more than probably it was. It was probably like, like a handful for like for like a grown adult or something.
Dude, this this episode is falling apart. I don't know if it ever got off the ground. Like
No,
we're
this has
really
been-
banking on the rock hard thing just carrying us through this motherfucker.
This has been guys Dead World. All right.
Yeah.
And we thank you for listening.
Yeah. Hey guys, you know what it is. Follow us at Instagram.
Episode 3, bitch. We're already falling apart.
Yeah.
We did it.
Hey, it's all good, guys. We're gonna save this podcast, and
With your help and the help of
with your help, yeah,
with your
that's
help
right.
and the help of Rock Hard. So if you're gonna help somebody today, help us.
Yeah.
Just listen, show the show to people. Show it to
Yeah.
your mother. Show it to your cousins.
Like, subscribe, Like hate watch if you need to, guys.
Hate watch if you
But
hate
let's
us.
get these numbers
Let's
up.
get
Okay?
these numbers up. All right, Dead World.
Yeah, Dead World. See you in episode 4, guys.
Later, everybody. Stay dead, folks.
Stay heroic.
Yep, that's right.
Stay dead. Dead World.
You're my hero. Jonah.
You're my hero, Alvaro.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're currently at CBS. This is where a man had a pipe that was assaulting people. Did you have a pipe by any chance? A pipe?
Rock to my lullaby.